One hot day, a very thirsty crow was flying around looking for water. After flying for a long time, he spotted a pot of water. There was very little water in the pot. He tried to put his beak inside, but couldn't reach the water. He had an idea. He saw many pebbles on the ground. He picked up pebbles one by one and started dropping them in the pot. As more pebbles were dropped in, the water slowly rose towards the mouth of the pot. The crow drank the water and quenched his thirst. After drinking the water, he flew away happily to his home. Moral of the story: where there is a will, there is a way. One summer's day, a lazy grasshopper was chirping, singing, and enjoying the sun. The grasshopper saw an ant working very hard to gather food. The grasshopper called out to the ant,
"Stop your silly work and have fun with me."
"No," replied the ant. "I am gathering food for winter. I suggest you do the same." But the grasshopper simply ignored the ant. The grasshopper spent the rest of the sunny days having fun. When winter finally began, the grasshopper couldn't find anything to eat. He searched for food everywhere, but everything was buried under the snow. He remembered the hard-working ant. He went to her house and cried,
"I am hungry. I cannot find anything to eat."
The ant felt pity on him. The ant called the grasshopper inside and gave him food. The grasshopper ate happily and promised the ant that he would never sit idle in the days before winter. Moral of the story: be responsible and prepare for days of necessity. Once upon a time, a very thirsty ant was drinking water from the river. Suddenly, the ant lost his balance and fell into the river water. "Help! Help! Help!" cried the ant, but no one could hear his cries. A dove, sitting on a tree nearby, saw that the ant was in trouble. She quickly plucked off a leaf from the tree and dropped it into the water. The ant climbed on the leaf. He thanked the dove for saving his life. After a few days, the dove was sitting on a tree. The ant saw a hunter aiming his arrow at the dove. The ant knew that his friend the dove was in danger. He quickly bit the hunter's leg. The hunter cried in pain. The hunter's arrow missed the dove. This time, the ant saved the dove. The dove thanked the ant for saving her life, and they became friends forever. Moral of the story: one good deed deserves another.
Once upon a time, there lived an old man with his wife. The old man planted some turnip seeds. He watered them and cared for them. The seeds grew into plants. There were lots of turnips. The old man took good care of them. Out of all those turnips, there was one huge turnip. He had never seen a giant turnip before. Finally, the turnip stopped growing. The old man decided to pull it out of the ground. He pulled and pulled and pulled, but the giant turnip wouldn't budge. The old man called his wife for help. The wife held the old man, and the old man held the turnip top. Together they pulled and pulled and pulled. They called their son for help. Together they pulled and pulled and pulled, but the giant turnip wouldn't budge. They called their dog for help. Together they pulled and pulled and pulled, but the giant turnip still wouldn't budge. At last, they all called the little mouse for help. He crawled his way under the turnip and started nipping the roots with his teeth. While the little mouse nipped the roots, they kept pulling, and suddenly, pop! Out of the ground came the giant turnip. Everyone was pleased. That evening, they all enjoyed a delicious turnip supper, even the little mouse.
Orla the owl is in her tree hole home. It's inside the tallest tree in all of Owl Forest. As the moon and stars shine above, Orla watches over her eggs and sings, "Baby one and baby two, I love you, twit-twoo." At night, Orla hears a strange cracking sound, and then, cheep, cheep, chirp, chirp. "Oh, my babies, two beautiful little babies. I will call you Cheep and Chirp. Cheep, cheep, chirp, chirp." Mr. Rabbit visits the cute owl chicks. He brings a ball for little Cheep and Chirp. Orla takes Cheep and Chirp to Dr. Owl for their vaccination. They are such brave little owls. Cheep, cheep, chirp, chirp. Soon, it's time for Cheep and Chirp's first day of nursery school. They love it. Cheep, cheep, chirp, chirp. Then one day, Cheep cheeps and Chirp chirps. Twit-twoo, twit-twoo. "Oh, my babies, you're all grown up.